I'm back, as promised, more video content. Gonna be blowing up your screens because, I have no life now. Welcome to me being a welfare bum for way too long. But yeah, anyway, thought I'd do a quick little info dump on you guys again, just so that everybody kind of has a bit of an understanding, at least for those of you that are following these things. Just to kind of explain how I'm able to find the borders of things like safety procedures and building code policies that I'm willing to skip. From 2012 until 2018, I was a building manager for over 400 tenants. The first few years was in 3 high-rises with over 360 tenants. I have seen some shit. The first buildings I was at, we had naked jumpers that I had to help SWAT team deal with. We had floods coming down in entire hallways, flooding. You know what I mean? I have cleaned up 2-inch thick flood water full of feces. I've crawled through and, you don't even want to know, guys. You don't even want to know. In just 5 years, all before the age of 30, 400 tenants, I have seen some shit. Tenants cutting out wires and, emergency cameras and lights, things like that. The second place I worked at, 3-story walk-ups, 99% of our tenants were low income, like really low. We had a number of them that they didn't pay rent for over 6 months at a time because they just couldn't afford it. Welcome to our world. This was 10 years ago. It's only gotten worse since then. Just saying. But yeah, anything that this more than just the roof program we've built or any of these EPS shelters we put out there, I know the general limits of human behavior when it comes to something like that. Why? I've also been homeless long enough and from a young enough age that I kind of know what you can get away with in a tent and what not get away with in a tent. It's kind of, you figure this stuff out once you've been out there long enough. So yeah, one thing I do know is that, the city wants to take these shelters away from the people that I've given them to already. They were impressed by the build, and they were impressed by the fire and safety procedures that we installed. Furthermore, they for some reason want the roof to come off. The only reason I can think of that is just maybe, by taking the roof off so that it comes completely off, like a full removable top. It can be classified as a trailer instead of a shelter. And then they can't touch it. Maybe that was the coordinated informed response people. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I call them the CIR or the teardown team. Anyway, yeah, they said that they would prefer the roof came right off, which I'm guessing is something to do with bylaw classifications. Whatever. Conestoga huts like this in their original location, they were classified as vehicles. They still are. Maybe that's the route I got to go with mine. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, so, when I say I understand, you get enough of these shelters out, somebody's going to burn one down. Somebody's going to tip one over. Things are going to happen. I get that. So we do our best to mitigate those things while knowing that they might be possible. You put roll cages in a car so that when the car rolls over, it doesn't shatter everything. You know what I mean? Better safe than sorry, but you can still only do so much. So yeah, that's all for today. Cheers. Before I go, I just forgot to mention, guys, help a brother out. Buy my merch. Grab a poster, grab a t-shirt, grab some gas gear. Maybe I'll even bring back the color-changing mugs. Whatever it takes. Dude's gotta eat. This is going out on YouTube, so I'm going to throw up some pictures. You guys can see what we're talking about. I'm going gas full-time. This is my gig now. I'm running a charity. Look at me, Mr. Big Shot CEO. So yeah, help a brother out. Buy my merch, guys. For the love of God, please. I'm begging yous. I gotta eat. Cheers.